thought that my cousin's house was a orphanage for men because there was so many men laying around. Like, y'all thought I was playing when I said it was giving homeless. Like, these men did not have. You've seen the title of the video. Your girl is back in another story time. If you're to my channel, hey girl, hey. And if you're a returning subscriber, I don't even have to say anything because you know what's up, I know what's up, we know what's up, and that's on what? That's on what? That's on period. And Mary had a little lamb. As y'all can see by the title of the video, today's video is going to be about the time my laptop came up missing. And yeah, I don't want to give too much away, y'all. I just don't want to give too much away because at the end of this story time, you're gonna be like, Asia, they really played in your face, and they did, y'all. But before we get into this video, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. I also decided to record this story time when the sun was setting. So if I go from brown skin to midnight dark, that's why, y'all. The sun is literally setting in front of my eyes. Like, I can literally see the sun setting right now. So my lighting is kind of just throwing me off. But anyway, y'all, let's go ahead and get to the story time. So this happened a few years ago, and I met these two individuals through my cousin. We're gonna go ahead and give them a name. My cousin friend name was Jay, and then Jay's best friend name was Jada. And we're gonna go ahead and call my cousin, let's name her Catfish. So around this time, me and my cousin, we had like a flip-floppy relationship. This was the type of family member that always would tell any and everybody business. Like, I was very selective and meticulous about what information I told her because she would literally go back and tell my mother, tell my brother. She would tell all of my business. And during this time, I was in college, y'all. Like, I didn't want my mother knowing my business. I ain't want her, like, all these story times y'all get, I could not tell my cousin this because literally my mother would have flew to Tallahassee and she would have whipped my behind at 20-something years old if she knew all the stuff I was doing in college. So I didn't really tell her my business. I feel like everybody had that one family member where you have to be careful what you tell them because they will tell your business. They'll tell everybody and they call like your business, even people that you don't even know. Like, she was just that type of person that she would go back and tell your business. So I didn't really, I don't know, like sometimes we would be close and then other times we weren't really close because like I said, throughout the years, I would get mad at her for telling my business. So around this time, me and Catfish, we lived like 15 minutes away, and Catfish was roommates with Jada and Jay. Jada and Jay were best friends, and Jay was Catfish's best friend, but it wasn't vice versa. They were just best friends with each other. I hope that wasn't confusing, y'all. But anyway, around this time, like I said, I been knew Jada and Jay from high school. We were like acquaintances and I would see them around school, but we weren't friends. I didn't really hang out with them until I moved to Tallahassee and my cousin and her became roommates. And anytime we would go out, I would go out with them. Jada and Jay, they were like this, y'all. When I say they were inseparable, they were inseparable. Anytime there was an event or there was something going on, they would always be together. And if they wasn't together, that meant like one of them was out of town or somebody was sick. Like, they were literally partners in crime. And like I said, I wouldn't hang out with them without Catfish because they were my cousin's friend. They weren't really my friends. But anytime I would see them, you know, I would speak to them. They was cool peoples. And around this time, they used to throw a lot of parties at their house. Excuse me, y'all. It's been about 3 hours later. Somebody called me, and y'all know your girl like to talk, so we just now getting off the phone. But back to the story. So Jade is my cousin's friend, and Jade, well, I guess they're both her friends. They're roommates and friends. So Catfish is my cousin. Jay and Jade is my cousin's friend. And like I said, we live like 15 minutes from each other around this time. And I had never went to one of these parties. And to be honest, y'all, I don't even know why I never went to any of these parties. Simply because I was definitely outside and I definitely went to parties and gatherings and socials at this time. But for some reason, I had just never went to any of these parties. And this was literally my first, last, and only time. And keep in mind, these were not normal parties, y'all. These were like weird parties, and at this time, majority of me, Jade, and my cousin, we were between the ages of 20 and 23 at this time, and there would be like grown men at this party. And by grown, I mean we were grown too, but we were like young adults. These men would be like 40 plus, 50 years old, already done graduated, like granddaddy age type men at these parties. And it was mainly because the way they promoted the parties, y'all, they would put these flyers, they would make flyers and they would put them in a public group chat, and on the flyers it would say BYOB, BYOF, and basically that means bring your own bottle, bring your own weed. And y'all, it's kind of crazy thinking back because we didn't even know these people and we were drinking out of their bottles. I don't smoke, but other people were smoking off their joints and stuff. And we literally did not even know these people. And GroupMe, if y'all do not know, it's basically just a app where college students would like communicate with their classmates in here. But at the time, in the group chats I was in, they literally had a group chat for everything, y'all. They had a group chat for food stamps, they had a group chat for classes, they had a group chat for clubs, they had a group chat for scamming, they had a group chats for drugs. They literally anything you could name, they had a group chat for. So they would be posting these flyers inside of these group chats. And at the time, I didn't know any of this. This is me speaking in hindsight why the people at these parties were so weird. So boom, fast forward to the day that I decided to go to this party. I arrived at the party like 8 o'clock, and I don't know what it's about pulling up to a party and it's thick, like it's a lot of people there, but I was excited, y'all, because as I'm pulling up to the party, like literally a half a mile before you get to my cousin and Jay's house, it's thick. Like you can barely get down the driveway, y'all, because there's so many cars lined up, there's so many people's outside. So I'm excited because I'm like, oh, the ninjas outside, like everybody here. It's thick. Like I'm excited and I'm anxious at the same time, y'all, because I can't find a parking space, but at the same time I'm happy that it's thick. Like nobody wants to go to a party and it ain't nobody there. So I'm real excited. And keep in mind, this is my cousin's house. The party's at my cousin's house and her roommate's house. So I didn't think to call anybody or do anything because like I said, I'm assuming that my cousin is gonna be here. So y'all, I'm pulling up to this party, and as soon as I pull up, it happened to be somebody pulling out of the driveway directly in front of Catfish's house and Jay's house. So I pull in, and as I'm pulling in, I don't even fully get to put my car in park, y'all. I hear a tap. Somebody taps my car from behind. I immediately spaz out, y'all. So immediately I jump out the car. I don't even know why, because I knew who it was, y'all. I looked in the rearview mirror. I seen that it was Jay, but immediately I jumped out the car and I started spazzing, y'all. So I'm like, what the F? What the F? And I'm literally screaming to the top of my lungs. And I'm screaming because I was on my mother's insurance at this time, and I had got into like 3 other fender benders in this same car. And my mother and her insurance, they were tired of me, y'all. So I'm literally screaming to the top of my lungs, and I'm like, what the F, what the F, as I'm walking to the back of my car. I look at the back of my car. She literally, if I can find a picture, I'm gonna put it in the video, but she literally cracked the back of my bumper or whatever. Jay gets out the car, and I'm like, what's funny, y'all, because as she's getting out the car, she's laughing. So I'm looking like, what's humorous about this? Like, you just cracked the back of my bumper, y'all. So she's just like, oh my gosh, Asia, like, oh my gosh, I am so sorry. I'ma pay for it. And yeah, I couldn't do anything but laugh with her, y'all, because she was like, you know those people that laugh when they're actually like embarrassed or they're like confused about something. So she hit the back of my car. She's laughing. As soon as she stepped out the car, I can clearly see that the girl is intoxicated, y'all. So I laugh with her, and I'm like, all right, Jay, I'm gonna get an estimate. I'm gonna go to my ghetto mechanic, and you can just send me the money or whatever. And she's hugging me, and she's just like, Asia, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And y'all, like I said, this girl was intoxicated, and you're probably thinking like, why you not making a big deal that she was just driving drunk? But y'all, this girl had several DUIs. Like, this was a normal thing for her, because like I said, Catfish would always tell me her and her roommate's business. So I already knew that the girl was like on her 5th DUI. So I didn't even bother question her like why she was driving under the influence. I'm just happy that she's taking accountability and she's gonna pay for my car. So she's like hugging me, and she's just like, I'm so sorry, so sorry. And she has like her arm around me. And I know y'all thinking like, Asia, that was your sign to go home. Like, that was your sign to leave. Like, why would you even enter the house? That was your sign right there, y'all. That was definitely the first red flag. But no, your girl was happy that ninjas was outside and it was thick. So we on our way in the house, and as soon as we get in the house, y'all, it smelled like booty and onion rings in the house. And when I say there's so many people, there's like hella people at this party, and it just smells like mad bad or whatever. So Jay, she like leaves off of me and she starts mingling in the party. Immediately, I start looking for my cousin. So I go upstairs, I go to my cousin room. There's two people that I don't even know, never seen before. It's a girl and two guys in my cousin's bed. And I'm just like, the fuck? I don't know what they were about to do in that room, but I didn't want no parts. So I shut the door and I go to Jay's room. And Jay's room is literally right across from Catfish room. So when I go in there, she's just like, who is it? Who is it? And I'm like, girl, let me in. It's me. And she's like, oh, hey, Asia, I didn't know you was coming. And I said, girl, I told you I was coming. And why is Jay yelling? Jay was in the bathtub, y'all, just screaming to the top of her lungs, talking smack about somebody. And my cousin is just like, oh, I'm trying to calm her down. She done took something and now she acting all crazy. Like, now she acting crazy. And I'm like, what did she took? What did she take? And my cousin's just like, I don't know. Y'all know she crazy or whatever. Also, I'm not gonna hold you, Jade and Jay, they would party hard, and this was like nothing new. Like anytime I would go out with them, they would always get blackout drunk and fall on their face and forget what happened the next morning. Like this was nothing new. So the whole time when she's dealing with her in the tub, I'm not really taking it serious, y'all. I'm not really concerned because like I said, this was nothing new to me. I have been out with them before, and this is literally how they act. Like they're one of those people that go out, get drunk, and they can't hold a liquor. So I'm asking Catfish, why does it smell like cat? Like, why does it smell like tuna downstairs? And she's just like, girl, I don't know. She invited all these musty people to this party. And y'all, I'm not as over exaggerating at all. Like, it literally smelled like the men and the women at this party, they seen the flyer, they didn't take a shower, they had just got off work, and they just showed up at the party. And nobody was dressed up. That was another thing. It was just giving, I don't know what it was giving, y'all. It was just, I don't really know what it's giving. But like I said, I don't know, y'all. It just gave like baby daddies, booty bandits, men that haven't seen their kids in 4 months was at this party. Like it just gave like people that don't give a F about life was at this party because no one dressed up. No one really did their makeup. Like some people even had on pajamas. Like, I don't know, y'all. The vibe and the atmosphere of this party was just off. So I go back downstairs or whatever because I'm about to make the best of it. I'm about to enjoy me a little drinky drink, but I'm not going to hold you. When I first got in the party, I was literally mugging everybody because I'm just like, why does it smell like this? Oh, my camera is dying, y'all. But I'm like, oh, why does it smell like that? Like the smell was so strong, y'all. But I'm looking past it because like I said, I'm there to just turn up, have a good time, have me a little drinky drink. I was single at this time as well. So I was really there just for the ninjas. I'm not even gonna hold you. I was there for the ninjas. I was just there to mingle, y'all. So I go to the kitchen and I try to pour me a drink. And I'm not gonna give him a name because he's not really important. But there was this guy in the kitchen and he was acting like he was the bartender of this salt and vinegar party. Like I'm literally trying to grab a drink and he was just like, what you want? What you want? I got you. What you want? I got you. And I'm just like, I don't know. What is this? What is this? I'm asking him what all the bottles are because they had made like this little hunch punch juice, y'all. They had like 3 big hunch punches. And thinking back, this is crazy that I was out here wildly because I don't know what they put in this hunch punch, y'all. But I'm telling him I want this one or whatever. I'm pointing at what I want because like I said, it's literally a tub. There's 3 big tubs. It's like those, what do you call those tubs? It's those tubs that you put like ice and water in. Like it's like one of those big cylinder tubs, y'all, and they just filled it up with juice, ice, and fruit or whatever. So I'm telling him what I want and I'm sitting at the bar and I'm kind of like talking to him. While I'm sitting by him, y'all, he's literally trying to offer me edibles. He's offering me weed. I do not smoke and I don't do drugs, y'all. So I'm telling him like, no, I don't want anything. Like I'm good. And keep in mind, everybody around me was doing drugs, y'all. They were taking, how do I say this? Because I'm on the tool. I don't want to get demonetized, but basically they were taking lines of baby powder, y'all. Lines of baby powder. There was pills and all types of stuff going on at this party or whatever. And I'm not gonna hold you. Like I'm sipping my drink, I'm vibing to the music. They also had a little DJ there or whatever, which I knew him because it was Jay's ex-boyfriend. He was the DJ. Jay is having the time of her life. Like I told y'all, she pulled up to the party already intoxicated. And I'm drinking my little drinks or whatever. And the more I start to drink, y'all, the girls start to lighten up. And if you know me, I'm already a friendly person, but when I got that lick in me, y'all, I just turned to a super friendly person. So I went from like mugging everybody in the party to throwing it back on everybody in the party. Like literally after that second drink, your girl was there. Like I was feeling good, y'all. So I'm just dancing with Jade. I'm dancing with some of the people at the party. And you know, when you got that lick in you, the guys at the party was turning from a 2 to a 10, y'all, because I had that lick in me. So I'm just vibing and I'm dancing and I'm having a good time, y'all. And I did start to recognize a few people. Like some of my classmates was at this party. And like I said, the party was thick. Like you couldn't really see, but you can see like the kitchen light was on, but the living room light was off, and they had like a porch light on, and you could see people a little bit. So I started to recognize some of my classmates, and we're literally all in there just vibing, just dancing, listening to music, dancing, and just vibing, y'all. And I remember I see one of my classmates there, and she just like, "Girl, did you take your quiz?" And I'm like, "Quiz? What quiz?" She's like, "Our quiz was due today." So I go run in my car, y'all. I had my laptop in my car and my little messenger bag. I run to my car, I get my laptop, and I'm logging on. I'm trying to log on to my cousin's Wi-Fi so I can take my quiz, y'all. Literally, I had about probably like 15 minutes to take this quiz, and my mindset was a 30 is better than a 0. I was just going Christmas tree quiz, y'all. Anytime you had like a automated quiz online, if you did not submit anything, it would just automatically put a grade in for a 0. So I'm waiting, trying to connect to my cousin's Wi-Fi. Something is going on with the Wi-Fi, y'all. I just remember yelling to the top of my lungs, "What the F?" Because anytime you need the Wi-Fi to work, that's when the Wi-Fi wants to start bugging the most. So I'm in my cousin's room and I'm like, "What is the Wi-Fi password? What is the Wi-Fi?" She's like, "Girl, that is the password." And I'm like, "It's not the password. It's saying it's not the password." So she finally types it in and put the password in, y'all. I Christmas tree my little quiz, and I don't even know what it was about it. Like, you would have thought I had aced this quiz, y'all, because right after I took the test, I was just like, yeah, like I don't know what it was, but I just immediately felt better about the test that I didn't even know I had 30 minutes ago. So I go back downstairs, and I'm a little ashamed to admit this, y'all, but your girl fell into peer pressure. I went ahead and tasted some of the brownie because the brownie did look really good. So I had when I say I had the tiniest of the tiniest piece of a brownie. And this was my second time taking an edible. The first time I took an edible, I don't really count. It doesn't count, y'all, because I didn't even feel anything. I didn't have any aftermath or any feelings about the edible. But this time when I took the edible, your girl definitely felt it. So immediately, y'all, I took it. I was already a bit under the influence. Like I said, I was drinking a little hunch punch. And if you know about that hunch punch, it gets you there like nothing else, y'all. So I took a little piece of the edible. I'm dancing. Catfish is downstairs. Me, Catfish, and Jade, we're all downstairs, and we're just having a little blast at this party. And like I said, y'all, it was hella ninjas at this party. Like the women to male ratio was off. Like it probably was like 30% women and 70% men. It was more men than women at this party. And when I say they was like, I don't know, they were just weird, man. Like they were like those type of guys that you grow up with, and they'd be like, "Can I get a hug? Can I?" Like, it was the type of guys that just didn't get no play at this party. I'm not even gonna hold you. That's just the vibe and the energy that I was getting. Like they was just trying to get with everybody at the party. And like I said, there was like barely any women at this party, but I felt comfortable because I was at my people's house. So whatever. Fast forward, I want to say like 30 minutes after me taking that Eddie, y'all, I went back upstairs and I literally passed out. Like I kept forgetting how to breathe. I was trying to count my heartbeat. Like my heart rate had increased. I couldn't count to 10, y'all. It was bad. Like my head was spinning. So I passed out in my cousin's room, and after that, I don't know what happened. Fast forward to like, I want to say like it was like 4 or 5, like right before the sun came up. I woke up, and when I woke up, the party was clearly over, y'all. I got there at 8. I left at 5, and I knocked on Jay's room because, like I said, y'all, she had blocked me and she parked right behind me. So I knocked on her room, asked her if she can let me out. When I went downstairs, y'all, you would have thought that my cousin's house was a orphanage for men because there was so many men laying around. Like y'all thought I was playing when I said it was giving homeless. Like these men did not have homes. Because what would make you think to spend the night to people's house that you don't know. Like, I spend the night to my man's house or to friend's house or to friend's house, but I would never spend the night over somebody's house that I do not know. Like, I asked Jade, I'm like, do you know them? She's just like, no. Like, y'all, it was like 10 men that spent the night in their living room. And like I said, y'all, it was just giving homeless. Like, it was just giving they didn't have anywhere to go, because why are you still at this girl's house? And then I can also see if you spent the night at their house and you was with one of the girls, like if you was with my cousin or if you was with Jay or Jade. But no, y'all, they were just literally on top of each other in the living room, just passed the hell out or whatever. So I leave. It's like 5 o'clock in the morning. When I woke up, body is aching. I'm feeling the edible from last night. I'm feeling the aches and the pains, y'all. I did a little bit too much. I go home. I skipped my 8 a.m. that day. And usually right after we just had a quiz or anything, my professor at this time, he wasn't going over anything important. So I stayed in bed that day. I want to say like around noon. Like, I was just getting out of bed like at 11 o'clock. My cousin called me, and then she's just like, Asia, bitch. Like, you know when somebody call you and they be like, bitch, like they stretch the bitch. Like, my cousin was like, bitch. She was like, bitch. I'm like, wait, what happened? So I'm thinking that she's about to start spilling all the tea and everything that happened after I left, because I told y'all, Catfish, she was good for the tea. Like, she was good to tell people business. Like, the tea was always hot when you talk to her. You just don't want it to be your tea, but when it's to everybody else's tea, it was good tea, y'all. So I'm like, bitch, what happened? What happened? She's like, girl, the police here now. I'm like, the police here? She was like, they stole our TV, they stole our rain camera, they stole our rug, they stole our surround system. And I'm like, who is they? Like, what happened? Like, what the hell happened? Like, do y'all got riddles insurance? Like, what happened? Did they break anything? She was just like, no, they didn't steal none of my stuff. They stole Jade them stuff. I told them not to have all these homeless men over here. I told her, and I'm just like, what? She's like, yes, the cops is here right now. She FaceTimes me, y'all. Literally, they have 2 cops outside. Jade is doing a report about the stolen items or whatever, and I'm just like, damn, what else happened after that? Like, when did the party end? She's like, oh, the party ended shortly after you passed out, girl. They wasn't here. I told them they had to get the F out because they was going into our deep freezer. They was going back in the rooms. They was just doing too much. So I was telling her, yeah, when I first got there around 8 o'clock, it was somebody in your room. And then she was telling me that was y'all. She just basically giving me all the details about what happened when I was passed out in her room or whatever. So I'm like, dang, like, that's crazy, y'all. And I'm not gonna hold you, I kind of found it comical, y'all, just simply because, no judgment, but yes, judgment, y'all. The people that they invited to this party, like, they just looked like they would steal. Like, they didn't care. Like, who comes to a party with a do-rag on? Who comes to a party with forces and a white beater on? Like, you didn't even try. Like, they looked like they had just got off work and they was coming to the party. And like I said, half of the men at this party, they were too old to be at this party. Like, everybody at our, like, me, Jade, and Catfish, we were in between the ages of 20 and 23 at this time. So why are 40-plus-year-old men doing at this party? And I don't know if they was really 40-plus, y'all, but if they weren't, they look like they lived a hard life. Like, they just look older or whatever. So I'm just telling her, like, girl, I hope y'all learned y'all lesson. I hope y'all got rentals insurance, because that was crazy. And then Catfish is telling me, like, no, we just had a BYOW last week type of party, and that didn't happen. Like, it was only like 20 people there max. This is the first time where it got that thick. And then she's telling me that somebody that has a lot of followers on, what is that app called? This is, I think it's called Yeti. I didn't used to be on Yeti like that, y'all. But basically, she said someone that got a lot of followers, they reposted the flyer or whatever, and that's why she feel like all the people came to the party, and that's why it was a mixed crowd. So I'm just like, dang. And I'm just like, we on the phone basically talking about the situation for about an hour, y'all. Fast forward, I want to say later on that night, I go to my car to go get my laptop out my messenger bag, and y'all, why my laptop missing? So immediately when I say I started dialing my cousin number so fast, like, you would have thought I broke a finger, y'all. You would have thought somebody died. How I start calling Catfish. I call her and I'm like, girl, is my laptop over there? is my laptop over there? And she's like, what? Your laptop? Why would your laptop be over here? I said, I checked my car. My laptop is not in my car. I think somebody stole my laptop. And she was just like, where? Out of your car? And I'm like, yeah, I think somebody at that party stole my laptop. Can y'all add my claim to that rental insurance over there? Because she told me, I'm not gonna say that amount they had, but y'all, she said that she had, well, I guess it's not important. This is hella old, y'all. They had a renter's insurance policy up to like $100,000 worth of theft, vandalism, or like damaged goods and stuff. So I'm like, can you add my stuff onto that policy? I don't know how much y'all put the claim in for, but my laptop was over there and I need my laptop for my classes or whatever. So my cousin is just like, the policy is not in my name, it's in Jade's name. You're gonna have to ask Jade about the policy or whatever. So I'm like, can you talk to her or whatever? She's like, I'm not at home right now. Jade is at home, but I'll ask them. But like I said, I didn't see your laptop before I left or whatever. And I'm like, Catfish, I almost said her name, but I'm telling her, like, we would be together a lot, y'all, and if you knew my laptop, you knew my laptop. Like, my laptop was very distinctive, y'all. I had a light pink Dell laptop, and I was obsessed. I was obsessed with Robin Thicke at the time, y'all. Robin Thicke was my husband. He just ain't know it yet. So I had a sticker, a big sticker of Robin Thicke's head on my laptop, and I had a pink and white case. Like, if you see my laptop, you would know it's my laptop. Like, you couldn't confuse my Dell computer with anybody else's Dell computer. Because like I said, y'all, I had a picture of Robin Thicke's face on the back of my laptop. So I'm like, if there's no way, like, if my laptop was there, you definitely would have seen it. So she's like, no, I didn't see it. But once I get home, I will check again, y'all. I think she was at work. Fast forward, later on that night, I'm calling Catfish, and I'm blowing her phone up, y'all. She not answering. And like I said, I was worried about my laptop because, like I said, I was a college student, y'all. I needed my laptop. And me and Catfish, we literally live like 15 minutes from each other. So I just pulled up over there. I don't know if I thought she was asleep or if I thought she was still at work. I don't know what it was, y'all, but I pulled up to her house unannounced. When I got there, Jade answered the door. And when she answered the door, y'all, the vibe was just like off. Like, I don't know if she was still mad about the people still in their surround system and their Ring camera and all that stuff, but that didn't have anything to do with me, y'all. Like, when she answered the door, usually she'll be like, hey, Asia, Catfish ain't here, she at work. But she didn't do any of that, y'all. Like, she opened the door and then she just like walked away and sat back on the couch. And then when I look over to my right, Jade is also sitting there, and they're both like moving funny or whatever. So I don't say anything, and I start running up the stairs. As I'm running up the stairs, they're like, Catfish ain't here, Catfish ain't here, Catfish ain't here. I know Catfish ain't here. She at work, but I'm going up here to look for my laptop. So I hear her saying this, but I don't know, y'all. Like, it just came off hella aggressive. Like, normally, I don't know, like, the vibe was just completely off. I feel like if it was the other way around, I would just be like, hey, she's not here or whatever. But they kept yelling it. They both was yelling. They was like, she ain't here or whatever. And I didn't say anything because, like I said, I'm gonna go upstairs regardless to go look for my stuff. So I'm literally flipping the bed up and down, flipping the closet up and down. Like, Catfish ain't have nothing in her room but a headboard in the bed, y'all. But whatever she had, I'm literally flipping everything. I'm flipping the papers, I'm flipping the closet, I'm flipping the dresser, I'm flipping everything in her room upside down. I put everything back, I go back downstairs, and I'm like, yeah, I know she's not here, but my laptop is missing, so I'm looking for my laptop. And also, she told me to ask y'all, cause y'all add my laptop to y'all policy because my laptop was missing from here. And she told me y'all have rentals insurance. So immediately they're just like, we don't have rentals insurance. Who told you that? And I'm like, Catfish told me y'all have rentals insurance. She's like, no, I wish we did have rentals insurance. But if your laptop come up, I'll let you know or whatever. And I'm like, I'm looking like, y'all, this is exactly how I'm looking at her. I'm like, I'm trying to figure out what's the confusion because y'all all on the same lease. And she know that y'all got rentals insurance, but Jade and Jada are Jay and Jada, they're co-signing each other saying like, no, we wish we did have rentals insurance. And I'm like, oh, well, can y'all get rentals insurance? Because my laptop was missing from y'all place. And she just like, it's too late. Like, we don't have rentals insurance. If your stuff come up, I'll let you know. And I'm just like, what else was stolen? Like, I'm trying to change the topic, y'all. I'm mad that my stuff is missing, but at the same time, I'm not blaming them that my stuff is missing. I'm just trying to see if I can get compensated on the policy if it is missing, because my cousin told me that y'all had the rentals insurance. Y'all, my camera literally died while I was recording this, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to speed it up because I'm literally on 5%, but I want to go ahead and finish the story time. So basically, they're being mad combative. They ain't trying to tell me anything. I'm trying to change the topic and ask them what else was missing or whatever. They're not really saying anything. I'm like, oh, she told me y'all surround system was missing. What else was missing? She was like, yeah, the system was missing. Like, she was being mad short. Like, I would say something for like a question and then she would just leave it open and be like, yeah, they stole our stuff. And like, I don't know, y'all. It probably was me that was being inconsiderate because they probably didn't want to talk about it because their stuff was stolen. But at the same time, it was just coming off to me that they was giving me attitude. So I went ahead and left. I called, excuse me. I left. I called Catfish and I'm trying to tell her about what happened or whatever. And she was just like, girl, I told you I'll check when I get home. Why you went over there? And I'm like, I went over there because I need to know if I'm going to have my laptop tomorrow for class, or I might have to go to the lobby or rent a laptop, because you can rent a laptop from the library, y'all. And I'm telling her that I needed it for my class or whatever. So she was just like, what did they say? I was like, they was just being mad short. They said they don't have no rentals insurance policy. They don't have that or blah, blah, blah. And my cousin's just like, girl, they lying. They do have a policy. And I'm just like, it is what it is. Like, this is why I don't go to y'all parties. I'm never going to y'all parties again. Like, y'all, like, the whole situation is just weird. So I'm already off Jay and Jade. I'm not holding a grudge or anything against them, y'all, but I'm just like, I'm gonna just keep it at hello and goodbye with them because y'all are weird. So fast forward to, I want to say like wait, let me back up. So also when this situation happened, this is around the time where I told y'all I had a if you were OG here, you probably remember this story time where I told y'all my roommate stole my robe. I had a overly invasive roommate, and we were basically friends by default, y'all, because she was my roommate and she would be always in my business. She would be in my room. She would borrow all my stuff. So we would talk or whatever. And I remember, I want to say like a few months before the situation happened with my laptop getting stolen, her iPad got stolen out of her car. Somebody at our apartment complex literally took her iPad out. They stole it and they put it on OfferUp. If y'all are not familiar with OfferUp, it's basically where you can like bid and sell stuff, and you're selling stuff to people that's in your area. Like, you can put your how far you are. Basically, you can put like a, what is it called, like a pin of your location, and it'll show like this person is 0.1 miles, or this person is 10 miles, or this person is 1 mile from where they're selling the item at or whatever. I hope that makes sense, y'all. But basically, her stuff got stolen, and it got stolen by somebody that lived in the apartment complex, and they put her iPad on OfferUp. They put her exact iPad on there and literally had her initials on the iPad with vinyl on it, and they literally put it on there. They didn't take anything off of it, and it literally said that the person was 0.1 miles in our complex, y'all. So she told me about this a month ago. So I went back to her and I was asking her, like, what about the app? Because at the time I couldn't remember the app or whatever. Because most people, if they're stealing items and TVs and stuff, most likely they're gonna take it to the pawn shop. Because I told y'all it was old heads at this party. So they're gonna take it to the pawn shop. They're gonna take it to Facebook Marketplace. They're gonna take it to the GroupMe. They're gonna take it to apps like OfferUp. So I'm asking her, like, oh, what about that app where you found your iPad on there? Let me know about the app or whatever, because my laptop got stolen. And she was just like, wow, like, what happened? So I'm telling my roommate about the whole situation that happened. So now I download OfferUp, and I already was heavy on GroupMe, like, y'all. I'm trying to hurry up because my camera about to die. But I was already heavy on GroupMe. Like, I was in the hair group chats, I was in the scamming group chats. Don't ask me why, because I wasn't scamming, but you know. I was in all the group chats, y'all. So for after the situation, I'm in all the group chats heavy, and I'm making sure and looking to see if anybody was gonna be selling my stuff. Because like I said, people would sell stuff all the time on GroupMe, and people would sell stuff on OfferUp or whatever. So fast forward, I tell my roommate about this. I tell my roommate to look out for it. Like 2 weeks after this situation, why is Jay in the group chat selling my laptop? And I know it's my laptop, y'all, because she left my laptop in the case, but she took the Robin Thicke picture off the back of my laptop, but it still had like a, y'all know how like if a sticker been, something adhesive has been on like the back of something for a long time, you can still see like the sticky substance on the back of it. That was on the back of the laptop, and she had like a little collage where it was like before and after, and I didn't even know it was Jade at first. I'm literally just on GroupMe one day and I see my case, light pink laptop. I have a very distinctive laptop, y'all, light pink Dell laptop, and then she has a picture of the back of it, and I can see the sticky residue on the back. And when I see it, it's like under somebody else's name, but when I click on the GroupMe, if you ever messaged a person on GroupMe, it goes back to your original name. So me and Jay, we had a previous conversation on GroupMe, so that's how I knew it was her. The story is longer than this, y'all, and if y'all would like to know what happened after this, I would give y'all part 2 or a follow-up in the next story time. But my camera is literally dying, so I'm gonna go ahead and end it out right here. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if y'all think Catfish had something to do with this, because to this day, like, I don't know, the whole situation was shady. I don't really know if she had something to do with it, but at the end of the day, I don't put anything past anybody, because at this time, I never really got to the bottom of it. But that's how I found out that they kept my laptop, and I don't know why they kept it, y'all, but they kept the laptop. I don't know if Catfish was in on it, or if Jay took it, or if Jay, I don't know which one of them plotted and took it, but all I know is Jay reposted it on WhatsApp, not WhatsApp, GroupMe for sale, y'all. But yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in my next video. Peace.